1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good morning, US of A. We're currently this morning in Nebraska Airport, Fox Oscar Kilo in West Hampton, New York. I'm gonna do some more test flying this morning. It is nice because the cockpit is beautiful, 75 degrees. You can look at the oil temperature is about 69. Outside it's below freezing. Got the owner of the aircraft here pushing us out towards the starting point. Clear right. Crank up the bird. I'm gonna start it. Got the mixture ridge, laser is on, fuel pump is on. Alright. Mixture lean, crank. Clear! Alright, very good start, but this canopy open and at minus 10 degrees outside, it's not something you want to do. So better off close the canopy. I want to get out of this area just in case there's any people over here sleeping in the hangar. Just gonna be courtesy for the fellow pilots on this Saturday morning at 5 o'clock in the morning. Sorry about that cam position. I'm gonna have to switch that, which I'm gonna do right now to the better view for those fellow pilots waking up that early in the morning to watch this tape. Alright, that's good enough. That's all we need. Alright. I'm going to talk to the owner. Make sure he can read us. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Radio check. How do you read out there in the hangar?
Morning.
Morning. I read you 5 by 5. How do you read me?
5-5. Baklaha.
Alright, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. This final phase 1 test flight is being recorded. I'm pretty anxious to see the sunset, sunrise. Sorry about that. And we'll talk to you from there.
Good. Fun.
Oh yeah. It's a beautiful morning, only for the pilots that are able to wake up that early and go fly. Alright, look at this. Everything is yellow and it's just in about 5 minutes gonna go up to the green so we can start moving along here. Sunset is in about 35 minutes. Let's check the weather this morning and see what we have. 1992.
810. Sky condition clear. Temperature -0.8 Celsius. Dew point -12 Celsius. Altimeter 3060. Remarks. Density altitude -3,500. Thunderstorm information not available. Suffolk County Airport, West Hampton Beach, New York. Automated weather observation 1141 Zulu. Wind 090 at 04. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature -08 Celsius. Dew point -12 Celsius. Altimeter 3061. Remarks. Density altitude -3,500. Thunderstorm information.
Barely any wind. Winds are 0903. Set up this thing here. A bit of preparation this morning for all my stuff. There you go. Alright, it's still dark. We're going to attempt to turn the lights on and come in with a radio call. Dubreski traffic, experimental 323 Alpha Tango, taxi out of the north hangars over to runway 15 for departure, Dubreski traffic. Green, 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 green. Temperature is almost on the green. Let's click the lights. Dubreski traffic, experimental traffic crossing runway 19 at November. Taxi runway 15 for departure, Dubreski traffic. Somehow I'm not able to get the lights. Try it one more time. Oh! Alright! Now we can say good morning. This is runway 15 heading southeastbound, winds are 0903, and we're right at 15 in November. Okay. Most important thing this morning is before you bring the power up to make sure everything's on the green. Right there. Green, 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 green. Everything's green. Alright, we're going to power it up now. Make sure that motor is happy. I'm going to do a fuel selector change. And get the fuel from the right tank. And bring it up to 2,000. Right there. I'm going to do 2 clicks to the left. Check for RPM drop. Back to both. 1 click to the left. Check for RPM drop. Back to both. We just checked, made sure everything's good with the mags. Green, 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 green. Everything's normal. Propeller. Oil temperature is good. We can take the prop all the way back. Check for RPM drop. Back to forward. We're going to do it 3 times. Make sure that governor is happy. And I'm not talking about anything political. This is the propeller governor. And that propeller governor is happy this morning. And I'm going to throttle to idle. Make sure we got good idle check. Back to 1,000. Beautiful job. Next thing on the list is flight control check. The left aileron going up, right aileron going up. Elevator up and down in rudder. Check. Trim. Neutral, neutral. Set for takeoff. Flaps. Up. Don't just look at the switch. Look at the flaps themselves. Sometimes you have an ASIM. Both flaps are up for takeoff. So engine instruments are good. Trim is set for takeoff. And run-up has been completed. Flight controls have been checked. And they are free and correct. We're going to do another flight control check as we get on the runway just in case something's stuck. And radio call. Gabreski traffic, Gabreski traffic. Experimental 323 Alpha Tango. Position on hold, runway 15. Gabreski. By the way, Happy New Year, everybody. 2015 is on the roll. Wow, look at this. It's runway 15 and it is 2015. That's going to be my lucky day. Are you ready? I want to switch the camera this way so you can see a nice takeoff. Fuel pump is on. Pre-takeoff. Watsers on. Landing lights on. Strobes on. Nav lights are on. Everything's normal. Green, green, green. Final flight control check. Left aileron. Right aileron. Elevator. Up and down rudder. Check flight controls are good. Are we ready? Okay. Go ahead and finish your cup of coffee and let me know when you're ready. Okay, Gopher. Okay, Mr. Gopher is ready now. Let's do it. Are we good? Are we good? Right, left, finals clear. Off we go. Power set. Rescue traffic. Number 323 Alpha Tango. Rolling for takeoff. 15 straight southeast. Go to rescue. Off we go. Nothing better than an IO360 screaming at 2600 RPM with 180 horses. Woo, yeah! Come on, baby! Final phase 1! Going for the sunset, sunrise, the whole shebang, baby. Happy New Year 2015! Woo! Green, 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 engine's happy, everybody's happy.
Rescue traffic, experimental, 323 Alpha Tango, 2 miles, southeast, straight out southeast, 1,600 feet. Rescue. Hangar 19, RV7, how do you read?
5-5. How do you read?
I read you pretty scratchy about, I would say about 3 or so, but as long as you can hear me, we're good. So far everything's good, everything's normal, temperatures, bird is flying like a rock.
Okay. After takeoff checklist at about 1,500 feet, we're going to throttle back 25 inches. Just like so. Mixture is going to be lean to 3,000. Trim is set. Climb at about 120 or so for a nice happy engine cooling. Alright, we're going to turn the autopilot on, make sure it's still working properly. Autopilot master is on. Little bit of left rotor trim. Alright, let the autopilot set itself. See the instruments here a little bit. There you go. Heading select, altitude hold. Let's see what she does. Runs like a clock. Drifting a little bit. Alright, I'm getting all these messages of people want to fly this morning. Well, it's called first come, first serve. Alright. Autopilot's off. Let's do a couple of nice turns here. Sunrise. And off we go. 45 degrees of angle. News on the horizon right there. Oh man, this airplane's nice. Oh man, I love this thing. Absolutely love this piece of machine. Anybody that hasn't flown an RV7, you should try it. Don't miss on this opportunity. Sunrise right there. Nice. Go right. Look right. Bam. Nose on the horizon. Hold your altitude right there. Bump of power to hold that speed.
Sunrise, right there. Throttle back. Very good performance today, negative 10 degrees Celsius. Probably cooler up here at 3,000 feet, by the way. Switching tanks. Fuel management. Okay, let's do Chandel. Let's assume we got a big hill in front of us. We're gonna roll the bird to 30 degrees, full power, pitch up, constant pitch up, constant pitch up, constant pitch up, pitch up, pitch up, pitch up, pitch up, pitch up, pitch up. 90-degree point, roll out of the bank, hold the same pitch. Unbelievable performance. Unbelievable performance. Unbelievable beauty. Woo! Getting dizzy. Look at that roll rate. Look at that roll rate. Look at that bird. Unbelievable aircraft design. Seven o'clock in the morning. We go right there. A couple of 8s on pylons. I don't get to do those maneuvers very often because I get to teach people how to fly it, but don't get to do it myself, especially solo. Waiting for that sunrise. Okay, winds from the east. We're gonna enter the maneuver downwind. And let's see what we got. Traffic. I think he picked up on us. And he's just turning. No way. No way. Ooh, yeah. Who said flying isn't that fun? Alright, let's see what we got here. There's my little pylon right there. Got it. Got it. Perfect. Pretty tight, but we got both targets. Come on, Sunrise! Everybody's waiting for you. Just a quick brief, this aircraft was built for about 12 years. In the state of Israel in a hangar. It was shipped here in a container to the U.S. to do phase 1 flying. And we're finally coming up on 40 hours with very, very minor issues with the airframe and the power plant. We've got some avionics stuff, you know, with alarms at the beginning, and that's already eliminated. And looks like we kind of got everything under control now. So the owner of the airplane will actually get to fly the airplane with me today after we're done with the 40 hours and have some fun. Gotta use my camera here for some still pictures. The sun is coming. It's a beautiful morning.